We're going to be seeing if AI could recreate Plants vs Zombies, but inside of Roblox. I'm definitely a big Plants vs Zombies fan. I've played most of them. The newest one, I'm not really sure. I don't really like it very much, but I already got one of the scripts in here, the lawn generator, which hopefully would be nice. So I'm gonna get the other scripts in here, and I'll be right back. Okay, not bad so far. So far, it is spawning zombies. So it said zombies will spawn automatically, and if I left click, it should spawn pea shooters. But sadly, it's not doing that. And I did go ahead and make, well, I found them in the toolbox, so I made the pea models and the pea shooter model and stuff like that. So it should just be in replicated storage like that, and it should just be spawning in, but unfortunately it's not. So we're gonna go ahead and tell them that the pea shooter is not spawning in whenever I click. Alright guys, so I did decide to swap AI tools because the one I was using wasn't really working very well. So we are using ChatGPT 5, and here's what we got so far, which is not bad for the first script. Pea shooter is actually shooting, the zombie's actually moving as well. So, and he actually does kill the zombie as well, but there's a little bit of bugs where the pea shooter is shooting peas on the ground for some reason. You can see here. And also the zombie keeps going after it dies. So we're gonna see what we can do here. Alright guys, so I just realized that I didn't have the pea on anchored, so that is why it was going to the ground. So I fixed that issue. So right now we're gonna try to get the zombies to be fixed so they don't keep moving after they die. And also maybe work up a little map so it's a little bit easier to see what's going on. Alright, so here we go guys. We managed to get a pea shooter working and also the grid snapping system working as well. And we also added it so the pea shooters don't shoot if the zombie is not in the lane. So we did a decent amount, and there's a bunch of bugs about the zombie not spawning directly in the grid snapping lanes, and also the pea shooters not shooting, and for some reason the pea shooters were shooting a pea in front of it and behind it. And I also found a pretty cool feature to the game, as you can see here, which is pretty nice honestly. If you just keep stacking them on top of each other, which I found out by accident. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to fix that and add a couple more things. Right, there we go. So I fixed this situation where you can't just keep placing plants on top of each other. I don't really know what that is, but I guess I'll just keep it in for now. So now you can't place plants on top of each other, but you can place them wherever you want. I also got to get rid of the collision because you don't want to be touching them. Also, I do think I might make it 2D instead of just walking around. I don't really know yet, but next thing we're gonna add is, I think, health bar to the zombies, and also make the zombies be able to hit the plants, and also add a health bar to the plants. So yeah. So here we go. I added a health bar to the zombies and also the plants, and I added some effects that happen after the after the plant kills the zombie. So here it is. And just like a little fade animation, and also for whenever the zombie hits the plant, it does like a quarter damage every time it hits the plant, which I might change later on, but that's just what it is for now. I think it's pretty nice. Honestly, the game's getting pretty good so far, I'm not gonna lie. I do need to add like sun to the game, but obviously not call it sun because can't do that for copyright reasons. So we're gonna keep going and see what we can do. Alright guys, so I polished it up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually pretty good so far. So if I turn on my volume, I added a sound whenever P hits a zombie, and I also added some effects when a P hits a zombie, so I'll show you right now. Which I honestly love the sound. I love the little flashing the zombie gets. It's honestly looking pretty good so far. So I'm gonna work on a little bit more things. I do want to add maybe like sun to the game, so it's a little bit harder instead of just being able to spam plants like this. I do want to add at least like 2 more plants, maybe 1. The map needs to be finished. I do think I might make it top-down view, so the player's not visible. And honestly, I might just have to work on this like tomorrow as well, because it is getting pretty late for me, so I'll have to work on this tomorrow. But I do want to do a couple more things before I do end the day. Here guys, so we added a few new changes. We also added effects and stuff whenever the zombie attacks the plant. We added the energy system, so as you see, it spawns, well, it's called energy in this game, but it spawns or falls down from the sky, and then it lands on like any part of the grass. And I made it spawn less because right now it's pretty easy to just get energy because it's like 25 each, I believe. But now you can't spam. I think this is gonna be it for day 1. I didn't really expect this to take this long, so I will have to carry on tomorrow. Let me know what you guys think about this. I honestly think it looks amazing right now. So I guess we'll cut to day 2. Alright guys, we are on day 2 of the Plants vs. Zombies game, and this is definitely the first of the series that I've had to take 2 days to make it, so it's definitely something new. This is what we got so far. I can't remember if we showed it last night, but the sun drops, or the energy, I guess you could say, drops from the sky. We got sound effects and everything. The next thing I want to work on is how this still shows after placing a plant. I want to get rid of it, so then you have to click it again. So we're going to add that, and I think I want to add like the top-down camera as well, so we're going to get straight into it. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I made a new image for the pea shooter, and I also added some text to show how much it costs. So it's going to cost 50 energy for now. I might lower it to 25. I fixed the ghost bug, so this is actually not in the ground anymore. It's actually placing perfectly. I changed the energy thing a little bit, and also if you try to click this and you don't have it enough, it plays a sound and also shows how much energy you need. So that's what we added so far. It's pretty good so far. I'm going to add a couple more things, and I want to start working on like the map and stuff like that. Alright guys, so here we go. I'm about to test to see if the walnut works. I just added it. It should have some like effects to it and stuff whenever it gets hit. So we're gonna see. Alright, so yeah, it is not working whenever we click on it, but it does show that we need like 50 more and stuff like that whenever we don't have enough. So I'm gonna try to fix that real quick. All right, so here we are guys. I'm about to get 100. Let's see if it works now. So it could not find a ghost for walnut. Okay, we're gonna try and fix this because it keeps saying this. So I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to fix this for me. All right guys, so here we go. I managed to fix the walnut. He's actually placing now, and what I did was add him like a little shake effect when he gets hit by the zombies. Also, he has a little too much HP, so I'm gonna have to fix that because that's a little broken. And also the red effect that it does for like every other thing, so like the zombie and the pea shooter. And it costs 100 right now. I might change that later on. Alright guys, so I was having a placement bug with the pea shooter, and I finally fixed it after like 20 minutes, so that's good. And also, I believe this guy should be working completely fine now. We tested here. I also made it so whenever he shakes, instead of just shaking the main part, it shakes every part in the model. But the only problem is after the zombie kills the walnut, for some reason the zombie just freezes there and just like breaks the game. So I think that's what we're gonna try to fix next. And also I might lower the cost of everything by 25 because as you can see the energy spawns in. I don't know what it is. I think it's like once every like 5 to 10 seconds or something like that. I honestly don't know. I haven't counted yet, but as you can see here, a whole bunch of errors show inside the zombie script as soon as it breaks the walnut. So we're gonna try to fix that right now. Alright guys, so I did think I fixed the problem, but also now zombies are spawning a lot instead of just spawning one by one. So we're gonna see if it fixed the issue of whenever the zombie breaks the walnut. We don't have a thing yet, so it doesn't actually do damage when the zombies get back here. Alright, so I see we got an issue here. So the zombies don't stop and they don't hit the walnut. Alright, so we'll see if we can fix that. Okay, so we did manage to fix the issue of the zombies not keep on moving after they destroy either a pea shooter or a walnut. So we fixed that, but they do stack up a little bit, so I'm gonna have to make it so the zombies can't collide with each other. So we're just gonna fix that real quick, and I think we're gonna move on to maybe making the map look a little bit better, and also maybe making it a top-down view. Alright guys, so we did get a lot done. I have been working on bugs for like the past like hour and a half to 2 hours. So I have been working overworking the AI, and I did end up reaching a limit, so we are gonna have to end the video here, and gonna have to make a part 2 of this. So here's what the map looks like that I've been working on as well. So here it is. Looks pretty nice in game as well. The only thing that's not really working right now is the plant placing system. So it just says I can't place here. So I'm gonna try to fix that tomorrow. But this is what the map looks like. I made everything. I did take the trees in the house from Toolbox, but I made everything else. But it looks pretty good to me. And the camera's only gonna be like right here. So this is like all you're gonna see anyways. So I mean, it looks pretty good to me. The orbs also only spawn on open paths, as you can see there. And the zombies only go down open paths as well. So we're gonna get that fixed, and also in the next part we are going to fix the house system, or the house, so it actually takes damage and stuff like that. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.